All right. It's Jared here from Crypto Plan, and how's everyone going? Second video for today. I just wanted to get back onto the channel because I've been thinking I want to share something with everyone, and I think it's hard when I do it at the end of videos, and sometimes things get taken out of context as to my longer term plan. So I'm going to go through my portfolio today. I'm going to kind of outline, I guess, my investment theses and my general kind of expectations and strategies towards creating a larger amount of wealth year on, year out, moving into the future, based on what I am learning and understanding about the macroeconomic trends in the entire planet. So before we get into it, before I get too much into detail, please like the video, especially on this one, because I know those of you that have been watching my channel and are subscribed and with notifications will watch this, but sometimes you might not like it. I'm a culprit of that myself. I don't like every video of all of my favorite channels, and I should, but please, especially this one, like it, because these sort of videos don't get pushed in the algorithm as much because, you know, they're not One Harmony will go to X or moon kind of video, right? So please help me out on that one. I also want to say a sincere thank you to everyone for helping me get to 1,500 subscribers, and also helping me be able to monetize the channel. I hope that doesn't annoy you, having to see ads. I know it used to annoy me, but now I watch that much YouTube that I've been subscribed for nearly a year now. I get the YouTube Kids for the kids. I get the YouTube Music, which I threw out the Spotify. So basically I traded in my Spotify subscription for a YouTube subscription, haven't looked back, and I think I'm actually better off financially by $1 or $2 a month or a week or whatever it is. So yeah, not selling YouTube, not selling Google, just that's the way I did it to avoid the ads. And I think whether you're subscribed or watching the ads, the monetization still goes to YouTube promoters, YouTube content creators. So it's either a percentage of the subscription or a percentage of the ad money. So yeah, that's all good. The housekeeping out of the way, I'm going to go over to my portfolio. So I have quite a large portfolio now, and it is constantly changing. So there may be a few things missing, but I think I updated it the other day. So hopefully it's fairly up to date. So I'm going to run through from top to bottom in no particular order except for country and currency that they are in. Okay, so the first one we have on the screen, I'll go over these quickly. Health House Holdings and Ozcan Group. Marijuana stocks, not in the, you know, the recreational side of it, but in the medicinal side. So Health House Holdings is actually a funny story. It used to be a company called Velpic Limited, which used to be a coal company. So it's kind of had a few things. I didn't buy it as the coal company. I bought it initially when it was Velpic, which was an e-learning platform, which I was super bullish on because I'm in e-learning, and I thought, well, to the moon with that. Didn't quite happen that way. They sold that business, took the money from selling that business, and were looking for a new opportunity. So they've now bought this Health House International, combined forces, and they will become a distributor for all of the medicinal marijuana products in the world, which is super great. I'm glad to be exposed to that, and I'm glad that the company that I was in, even though I've seen the money go down, I just held on. I believed in the team. The reason why I believe in the team, because Leanne Graham, who's the lady that bought Xero, which is the online accounting software from zero to a lot of market cap, she's on the team. So I'm kind of backing that one person in to do the same thing and make the right decisions with my money, which is invested in that, which is probably about 90% down. But anyway, we won't go into that. That was back in the day when I didn't trade off charts. Ozcan, yeah, so I've got an entry somewhere down here. It's bottoming, it's double bottomed. It's got a long, big move in the years to come. Medicinal marijuana-based pain killers will be a huge market. I think the opioid pain market will slowly fade out, and the medicinal marijuana pain market will come in and take a large market share. So that's the play there. Linus Rare Earths, super bullish rare earth stock. They've been working hard over the last few years to be one of the biggest suppliers of rare earths to the international market besides China. So they're well positioned, and they'll continue grinding forward with the EV revolution and mobile phones and all the technology that needs rare earths. Tin Mining bought it solely because it's at the complete bottom, the percentage gain on this stock, if and when it moves, it's a complete speculation, outside chance. But they have a couple of assets, a tin mine. They've got, tin is used for solder. The world needs solder because of all the electronics. They've got a coking coal mine, which they've just purchased, which the world needs coking coal for steel. So even though it's not a clean energy, it's necessary for making steel. You can't do it with anything else but coking coal. So it's a bit cleaner as well. And I think they've got some other, like tungsten or something like that. So some kind of just commodities, buying commodities at the bottom right now is just to buy, sit, hold, you see what happens in 10 years' time. Hopefully these charts reverse, long-term downtrend, breakouts, bang, they fire on out of there. These crews seem to be making good decisions behind the scenes. Hot Chili Copper is my most bullish copper play. Junior copper miner in Chile will be turning into a tier 1 copper producer in the next 5 years. So buying now probably has broken out recently on some bullish news of their deposit, but it's been in consolidation. So I'm happy to buy in this zone, and I've been adding to my portfolio there. Castillo Copper, not as bigger, they don't have as many ounces in the ground of copper, but they have ounces in the ground that could very quickly be turned into cash flow, in the fact that they've got historical mines with good grades, they've got tailings piles they can go through. So they've got a lot of plays, and they're getting some good results in some of their mines, which used to be owned by BHP, I believe. So Castillo Copper is another copper play, ASX listed, and also listed on the London Stock Exchange, but my holding is on the ASX. So all these ones in green are all ASX listed stocks, so in Australian dollars. And it's important to have several currencies at the moment, because if the US dollar is going down and you've got all your stocks in US dollars and that currency is going down, any gains you have could be washed away by the fact that you've got a weaker US dollar. Whereas with the Australian dollar, the euro and the pound may be going up towards the US dollar. So it might be a good play to be having these Australian dollar stocks that are going up in price versus the US dollar, sell them out, and then buy the cheap, super dirt cheap US stocks at some point in the future when that dollar is dirt cheap. So these are kind of plays you can play without doing currency exchanges. You can buy different stocks in different currencies. Go Dolphin Resources, gold, copper, early stage explorer, but super positive drill results. Eagle Mountain Mining, same deal again, big copper gold deposit, getting some amazing results recently. So if we look at and I'm on the monthly chart, I guess I'll go to the daily chart just to show you a big gap there, because some bullish news came through in the Eagle Mountain Mining, gold, copper, large deposit. Matador Mining, they're mining. This is a kind of a unique strategy in itself. Matador Mining, ASX listed company, but mining in Quebec or mining in Canada, which is a very friendly mining jurisdiction. And at the time, I couldn't actually buy TSX listed stocks, so I was like, I wanted to get some exposure to Canada. And that's how I did it. And the same here. And they're getting good results for easy, open pittable mine in Canada, which, be friendly, easily permittable, a good place to be mining. Mont Royal Resources, they're like a company that invests in other companies in the mining industry. So they've got a 70% stake in a piece of land that a really senior explorer in Canada, once again, has a piece of, and it's right next to another property that same company owns that they're drilling out that has really good high-grade gold in it. So once again, an Australian stock, but it's a play on the Canadian gold market or the gold resources in the ground there. Moving on to these purple ones, which are my London stocks, all European stocks that I get through Trading 212. Hochschild Mining, kind of like gold and silver miner, but it seems to play or react heavily to the silver price, and I think that's because they have a good amount of silver mines in Mexico there, or a good silver mine in Mexico. This thing has been in a bull flag for a long time, because this about the same amount of time really that silver has been doing it. So you can see it reached an all-time high when silver broke out, and then it's been flagging. So really good time to be buying these sort of stocks while silver's on the verge of a new breakout. These stocks will run with the price of silver if and when that happens, but mainly when that happens. KEFI Gold and Copper, this is a super bullish play I've got, mainly because of the chart. I think, not mainly because of the chart, mainly I'm in this one over any other junior miner that, will be coming into production with gold and copper, based on the fact that this chart has got so much upside, so it's right at the bottom. So double bottomed. I'm in kind of this zone here. But yeah, once they become a cash flowing company and start pushing their all-time highs at 82 pence, from 2 pence now, the percentage gains on these sort of stocks are great. Really micro market capitalization now that can very quickly move into a junior to a mid-tier market capitalization in the next 3 to 5 years. So got a good position in KEFI. Centamin, gold producer, pulling back the same way gold is. Really good entry points right now, with an all-time high there a local high there when the gold price peaked and the silver price peaked in August last year of 234. So you can get that at a huge discount at the moment from where it was. So, and there's these bargains everywhere in the gold and silver miners, because the miners react to the base metal price. So it's really good risk reward entry for gold and silver miners at the moment, especially in some markets more than others. Centamin have a really good dividend as well, so that's why I have a decent position in those. Codal, lithium play, super bullish, kind of has technically broken out on the chart. It probably had broken out down here, but it's definitely broken out now, and hoping for this one just to have good news keep coming through, and lithium and EV and all the macro environment just to keep pushing this stock upwards. So once again, micro market cap explorer, hopefully big things happen, mergers, takeovers, acquisitions, and then sell out of it when they're a 10x or a 20x or something like that. Premier African Minerals in the London Stock Exchange broke out massively recently on some news of getting a exclusive mining license, or not exclusive exploration license, in an area that has a high grade, easily mineable spodumene, lithium bearing chunk of earth. So yeah, you can see it broke out heavily. And I love finding these charts. I knew nothing about this company, just looked at the chart, just knew that it said minerals in it. I was able to buy it, looking at the breakout, watching kind of this bottoming pattern occur here, and, making a small position and just going, something's happening, bang, it pops out, pulls back again, add a little bit more, pops out again, and have kind of taken some profits to pay for my initial position, and now have a nice, decent little position just to watch this thing run. And it's pulled back again, so it's probably a good initial buy entry if you're not in something like this, because it's fired so far up and then pulled back 50% to consolidate, and then it's just going to be waiting for these drill results and these news that the ore body that they have is actually as big as the market assumes it is. Thor Mining probably has technically broken out, but once again, while the precious metals market is bearish, this stock is kind of struggling, going sideways in a consolidation pattern. They have easily mineable copper, some rare earths, some, a very mixed bag of commodities. So it's kind of like a little, just a little bag of goodies on the side there, a small position, knowing that they've got a spread across a couple of markets that are in, an uptrend. Being kind of moving into this world where we're going to need a lot of raw materials to build all the things we're trying to build. Blue Jay Mining, it's in an uptrend, but sideways consolidation short term. Mineral sands, some mixed bag of just alternative commodities, because I didn't want to have all gold, all silver, just only that kind of stuff. I want to have a really mixed bag of commodities. So I've been, using profits from my Bitcoin miners, which have done really well in the past, to buy these sort of things. So Blue Jay Mining, mineral sands mainly, which is used in a lot of things, mainly microchips. But a lot of things, and a very important commodity in this modern world. So, Blue Jay Mining is the one. I think they're in Sweden as well. So a very friendly jurisdiction as well, they want to make money over there. Now, moving into US dollars now, Mag Silver Corporation. I am super bullish on Mag Silver. They have a mine and an unexplored area of mining that is super high grade silver, and could potentially become the biggest silver mine in the world, but definitely by the grade of the ore. So, and they can mine profitably that ore body at $4 silver, which I don't think we'll ever see $4 silver again, but that's how profitable it'll be. The only thing about MAG is that I was buying up in here, and I have a cost base of about 18 cents. And I wish I had have looked at the chart a bit heavier and understood the macro environment around silver a little bit more, and that this thing was going to test the $14 mark again, because it has recently. And, if I've got, $2,000 in it, I would have got so many more shares at this price than having bought in at kind of 19 and dollar cost average my way down to 18 in this area here. So that's my only kind of mistake there, but you live and you learn. Gatos Silver, recent IPO, high quality silver project, producing cash flow. Once they get this year out of the way and COVID, they're just full steam ahead, moving into max production. So I think I have some kind of cost bases around this level. I think I bought in this consolidation, saw it run all the way up, and thought, I wish I had bought more, but it's come back down again. I've been nibbling away at it again, which is really good. For me, it's kind of one of my kind of more confident silver plays, just the fact that it did run so heavily, even when the silver price hadn't necessarily run so much, but the market was ready to buy into this, which was good. Golden Minerals, got silver in the ground, gold in the ground, early stage producer, so just started producing recently, and these kind of spikes here once again are with the silver squeeze, so they react to the silver price. But I'd probably be looking to scale out of Golden Minerals into MAG and into Gatos and into some other things, maybe into this JDIG in the future. So JDIG was a play that I made recently. I had a lot of gold and silver miners, 500 euro positions or 100 share positions in these kind of mid-tier junior miners that were all good companies, all producers, all cash flowing, dividend paying, And I was like, how am I going to keep up with all of these and decide when do I add 10 shares to them and 15 shares to them? And I just thought, this is too much work for me. So I realized that all of those companies that I were owning, were in this particular ETF and more, ones that I also want to own, like Rio Tinto and BHP, just because they're the bigger market cap, big solid players that, hold your portfolio in a good position. So now I have access and I have a piece of all of that through the GDIG. I think there's 170 companies in there, some rare earths, there was all the companies I had owned that I didn't want to keep up with the news, and some that I wanted to own, which was super good. And this ETF and the people that run this ETF will keep up with all of that news, hopefully. Vanek Vector's proven track record of growing portfolios, in growth areas. So I'm happy to have a good chunk of that as like a little safety net. And it's been good because when some of those stocks I did own would drop like 5 or 10%, this thing's only dropping, 2 or 3%. So it's good. It's good to weather this storm while things are a little bit volatile, and I believe it will move to the upside with the general gold and silver market when they finally decide to reverse their bearish downtrend movements at the moment. Sierra Metals, they've got a lovely bag of assets, some producing, some not. Gold, silver, copper, all sorts of things, nickel, zinc. So really good kind of base metals, precious metals portfolio of producing assets. Sandstorm Gold is like the biggest bargain in the entire precious metals market right now. Especially if you got it down under $6 here, which I did. This thing was cheaper than its NAV, like its net asset value, when it was down here. And it's a proven royalty company. So it was just a situation they were saying where a lot of warrants and a lot of options were taken by people and they were in the money and they had to be taken, and that was it. So the shares were technically diluted a little bit, but it didn't change the fundamentals of the company. It won't change the fundamentals going forward. And this thing has been moving and making an uptrend while gold has been going down based on the fact that it overcorrected. So that's a super good buy at the moment, which is Sandstorm Gold, royalty company. New addition to my portfolio, Rayner Silver. So that is the little sister of Mag Silver. They have an asset that was bought off Mag Silver because Mag Silver's key asset was so good that they just thought, well, this thing's going to sit there unexplored at the moment. So they bought, Rayner bought the asset off Mag, and they also got their chief technical geologist guy, Peter McGaw, to advise through the process, and the same investment thesis there, super high grade silver, not just getting silver because the bull market's going to happen in silver, getting the highest grade possible so you're weathered through the next bear market into the next bull market. High grade silver is the way to go and the only way to go. Lts Minerals, just bought a little piece of this royalty company, but in a broader base of commodities, so gold, nickel, potash, zinc, aluminium. So they've got a huge portfolio of assets in a lot of commodities, base metals and precious metals. So it's just kind of, to me, that you got your juniors, you've got your seniors, you've got your ETFs, you've got your royalties, you've got your different royalties. And for me, like seeing these kind of two dips, thinking that was a local bottom, good time to buy in. And I think that's going to move to the upside when some of these commodity prices take the next run and the next move. Moving into one of my rare non-mining stocks at the moment, besides I've got the cannabis up the top there, Next Tech AR Solutions. So I'm going to keep nibbling away at this one. I believe that this company is going to do really well in the future. They do blended events through, some virtual, some face-to-face technologies, virtual reality, advertising, augmented reality, everything. So they're just accumulating small startup companies and pulling them into one umbrella, using their admin team to help small, tech companies that are in the VR, AR space do really great things with that technology, which, that's going to be this new tech revolution. If the internet brought us all together, we're going to get closer together with this AR revolution, where we put our headset on and we're actually in the room with each other while we're apart. So that's a cool space to be in. And I, hopefully I'm early. I don't think I'm super early for this company. I mean, I would have loved to have got in down here. But I think this kind of bull flag situation, buying in at these points, is a really good entry point for next tech AR. Moving into kind of crypto now, still in US dollars. So just going back there, Rainer Silver and Nextech AR are in Canadian dollars. So once again, spreading the currencies, Canadian dollar is going to be going up towards the US dollar at the moment. So another kind of small percentage play there on a stock going up, but also the underlying currency of that stock going up compared to the US dollar, which is good. Marathon Digital Holdings, formerly Marathon Patent Group. This thing has been the reason why I can build this large portfolio. If it wasn't for Marathon, Argo Blockchain, and Riot Blockchain, And I guess, if anyone's been following me for a long, long time, I've had these videos where I sold all of the workhorse and all of these kind of growth stocks and these, YouTube things where when I early got sucked into stocks, I was like, I'm going to buy all these things that the latest YouTuber says to buy, and was very irrational and very naive in my investing process. And I didn't have an investing thesis. But then once I created an investing thesis, which was based on the fact that Bitcoin's heading into a bull market, Bitcoin miners will be 3x, 4xing the leverage of that Bitcoin price discovery. And that's exactly what happened. If Bitcoin went up 5% in the day, Marathon Patent Group went up 20% in the day. And then Argo Blockchain was my biggest winner, but the biggest regret in the fact that I didn't buy more of it. I should have, if I had to put everything that I put in Mara and Riot into ARB only, I would be like 3 times richer right now because of that, because this thing ran 4,500% since my initial buy price, whereas Marathon and Riot have only run about 1,500%, which is still a huge gain. But imagine if I had everything in that. But that's, you don't know these things. You live and you learn. And the reason why that happened is Argo Blockchain had no overhead price resistance. It's been in price discovery, and it's a very micro cap company. And then I guess the marketing team behind Argo were really good as well, and they're very transparent about what they, how they kind of get investors. But essentially, it's just it just went parabolic because of the price of Bitcoin, and it has been not going parabolic since the price of Bitcoin hasn't been going parabolic. So definitely wouldn't be buying any more of these. But these 3 companies are things that I'll be buying into on the dip during the next bear market in the bear market of cryptocurrencies, or Bitcoin in particular. XRP, everyone knows about XRP, but I have a large bag of it because I believe in it. I believe it's the best, fastest, most liquid cryptocurrency out there. And that's from experience as well. I think if I'm transferring or sending cryptocurrency across from wallet to wallet, I feel the most comfortable sending XRP because it's happens instantly, and you kind of if it doesn't happen instantly, I've done something wrong. Whereas I've sent VeChain in the past and it could take a couple of minutes. I've sent various other ones, and you're it's a bit sketchy. I just feel like XRP is very liquid and very going to be very highly used in the future. I think its use case as a bridge currency is super bullish, and I think just in general, it's going to help move money around the world. Just had to pause there for a second. Somebody decided to do some hammer drilling next to me. VeChain, large bag of that, kind of halved that bag recently and swapped it into Dash, because I think if I've had a 10x out of that, I put it into Dash, which has got a 10x and some to go. VeChain, have scaled out a little bit, but still have a large portion, a position of it. If it goes to $1, it's going to be a good payer. in the logistics. So if XRP is the key to liquidity and bridge currency, VeChain is all about logistics and improving that world. So kind of diversification within cryptos. Hathor Networks is the people's crypto. Super bullish on that. It's going to help businesses, small businesses particularly, or businesses in general, create their own tokens for their gamification and stuff like free coffee cards or whatever it is. They can create their own tokens to kind of create an internal crypto network within their customer base. EOS, purely a chart-based entry based on previous cryptocurrencies, knowing that most cryptocurrencies will see a bull run, all ships rise in the tide, and EOS was in a perfect buy time when I had sold some Ethereum on Revolut trading app, on the Revolut app in their cryptocurrency trading. So it's not something that I could own the keys and take it off, and I'm okay with that because it was always a play about putting euros in to have them go into these currencies and grow in value and then take them out again as euros. So they're pure trades. They're not about owning crypto, same as ZRX. Yeah, ZRX, another one that's just on a Revolut app, not ever looking to take the keys off and own the crypto, just looking to make a trade for euros into crypto and back into euros. And the Revolut, these kind of ones, and the PayPal will be the same. The on-ramp and off-ramp is so simple and easy, and especially if you're using them day to day, it's kind of like a good little savings account, because especially say if you're a seller on PayPal, you could keep your money in US dollars right now, or that's devaluing, or you could go, I'm going to put all of my income or my profits or my money that I don't need to spend on a day-to-day basis in Bitcoin or in Litecoin or in whatever. And watch that grow, and then know that the market might turn, and then they'll sell back, swap that back into US dollars. So it's a good kind of opportunity and easy on and off ramp on these kind of mini micro banking trading apps. Square's the same thing, that you can be playing your own game with crypto. Dash, I like Dash. I have a decent position in Dash now. It's got a good move to all-time high, and I think it's probably going to head up somewhere into the 3,000 range, which I like. And I like that a lot because, and I'm just going to kind of go back out to the daily there so I can have a look. I like that because, that'll give us a good gain. And the thing about Dash is, from what I understand, and I know a lot of cryptos are being used, but it is actually, say in Venezuela where the currency has collapsed, it is being used on a day-to-day basis as opposed to currency. So it's faster than Bitcoin. It holds value, it doesn't, it acts like all cryptos, but it's a good store of value. It's, to me, probably a better version of Bitcoin, but that's up to me as a personal preference. I'm not saying that Bitcoin isn't valuable and can't be used as a tradable peer-to-peer currency in the future. I just think its technology is a lot older than other ones out there, and to me, Dash is kind of doing good things, and I'd be willing to kind of hold a couple of them, on that off chance that in the next bull run it holds value, and in the next bear market it holds value and then pushes up again. So we'll see. Only time will tell. Peercoin was my experiment, where I was looking at a bunch of, small, low market cap altcoins from the last alt season that were bullish. And would they rise again in the tide? And Peercoin was one of them, and it's done well. It's kind of 2.5x or 3x since I bought it in this zone here, and it's looking bullish again to make a move, probably to test the $1.80 again. So that would be a good one. I'll do a video on that at the end of the bull market and see what I turn my 200 Australian dollars into, for those passive investors out there that are just like, I just want to plug a bit in there, look away, and then sell out at a certain time and go, wow, look what happened when I didn't even look at anything. And $100 turned into 1,000 or 2,000, and we'll see what that is at the end. One Harmony, everyone knows about that. Super bullish, good tech, looking to harmonize, I guess, the crypto market and be interoperable across all blockchains, which is good. Game credits, gaming, cryptocurrency in the NFT space, super bullish. People are starting to get super scared because they don't like when they see things go up and then go down again. These are corrections, big move up, pull back, and then be another big move up. Same as over here, pull back, big move up, pull back, big move up, pull back. So there's history that says this is the way this thing behaves. It's kind of playing that fractal again, bottoming pattern, move up, sideways, move up, pull back, move up. So just look back to look forward, right? Refinance, DeFi play, currently staking at the moment to get cake, DeFi play or DEX play, decentralized exchange play, currently staking to get cake at the moment. Banned Oracle play, crypto Oracle, I think it'll do well. I think it's a stayer, it's got good partnerships. So that's kind of, once again, a bit more diversified in crypto. Dent, I know nothing about it. Purely chart-based, purely kind of a gamble, I guess, knowing that it's super bullish and probably has a little bit more breaking out to do. This chart doesn't show it, but there is an all-time high up there somewhere, and it's pushing towards that. So I'm looking at, 2 or 3xing that and rolling it back into something like Harmony again, if Harmony hasn't fully broken out of that range at the time. And if not, whatever hasn't already fully broken out at the time, Hathor, something like that. So yeah, that's that. That's my crypto portfolio. There's a lot there, and it's kind of crazy even going through it now that, at the start of this year, I had, maybe one stock, which was this one at the very top. And that was it. And then not at the start of this year, at the start of 2020, I had one stock and that was it. And then kind of bought a little bit of crypto on Revolut, bought a few stocks on the Revolut app. And then next thing I know, being in COVID lockdowns, I've created this massive portfolio of, different assets, different cryptocurrencies, commodity based, bit of marijuana, medicinal marijuana, and a little bit of virtual reality there. And then, once again, looking to diversify further. I think if this huge correction in the US stock market happens, there's a lot of companies there that I'd love to own at a massive discount that pay dividends. So hopefully having a ton of cash there to actually diversify even more into things that I want to hold as, core staples of my portfolio. So yeah, that's that, and I'll leave it there for now, and I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have watched to the end and got some value, that's great. If not, this video was just about kind of sharing, once again, the journey of the crypto plan and how, the initial crypto play, those crypto miners, the Bitcoin miners, how that started the journey, and then the rest of it will continue the journey and it'll keep growing, and next alt season we'll do it again and just build and build and build. And it's all about kind of trading and doing the right things and moving in between currencies when one's going weaker and the other one's getting stronger, and all these sort of things, and being diversified across currencies in different markets, just so that we're a little bit safer. If one currency collapses, we've got a bit of risk off or risk averseness through diversification across different markets. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I've been Jared, Crypto Plan. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye now.